Hey, welcome to my channel, and I'm going to be working on my July journal today, and I've been following the prompts and challenges given by Meg Journals, and I have a link to her video in the description box where you can also follow along and find out everything you need to know about the Junk Journal July 2024. So today I'm going to be working on day 23, or the prompt tip-in. Okay, so I actually already have a tip in my journal. In fact, it was the second page that I did. I tipped in this little postcard here. You just really can't see the washi tape because I put this piece of paper on top of it, but that's what I used to get it in there. And I've got a little thread there, a couple little threads. Hang on, let me get those out. Don't need those there. Okay, but that was for the prompt postcard. And the other side is windows, so I need to do another tip in. And so I think I'm going to do it on this page here. And you can see that my journal's really chunky and full. I think my design for the journal is sound. I had plenty of room in my spine, as you can see, but where I failed was I should have, with all these pages, I should have made at least 3 signatures, maybe 4 instead of just the 2. Anyway, for my tip in this time, I'm thinking about using this vellum. I'm not thinking, I am going to use this vellum envelope. And I just made this with my envelope punch board and a piece of vellum. And yeah, so it was pretty easy. So I'm thinking that it's going to go this way with the opening of the envelope on this side. So I've chosen this really pretty black and white washi tape to secure my envelope to the binding. And I'm going to be putting that on each side of the envelope. For a really good tutorial on tip-ins, see Pixie K Designs. She was the official collaborator for this Journal July challenge, and she gave an excellent informative demonstration on what tip-ins are and how to use them. So I'm going to make a card that goes inside the envelope, and I'm going to start with this Take Me Away. It's so cute. It matches the paper that's on the right side of the envelope. And I have this beautiful floral paper to go around it. I'm just trying to decide what to put with it. I want a little bit of texture, and I really like this lace, but it has sequins and beads on it. It's quite dimensional, and I'm afraid that it's going to tear the vellum envelope or make marks on it when it's pressed together in the book. So I decided it would be really pretty to add onto the envelope, and plus it'll add that little bit of bling onto the page. I've been trying to add a little bit of bling on all my pages, and so this is a good start. So I I don't have any vellum tape, so I'm just using this glue stick so that you can't see it on the other side. So I'm just, it takes me a minute, but I'm just getting that onto the page. Yeah, that's really pretty. But that brings me back to this, and what do I do with this? So I found this little bit of lace that I thought would go really pretty on the left side of the card. So I'm just looking for little items to put around my card and just kind of collage behind it. And so I find this little rose scrap piece, and so I just think that might be cute somewhere on the page. So then I think it would be nice to take this journaling card and make it into a fold out with a hidden journaling spot. At first, I think I want to make a hinge with washi tape, but then I decide that I'd rather just use the scrap paper that I'm going to be journaling on and fold that up and use that as the hinge. So now I'm back to what do I collage behind the journaling card, and that little rose piece, I think, oh, that might kind of look cute as a little tab on the right side. So I ink that up and contemplate on that for a bit. And then I do find this little scrap piece that I think will look cute behind the card. I still want to add a little bit of lace, so I'm just checking to make sure that the fold out will open up if I put that lace there. So I decide to round the corners of that little tab, and then I want to make it really stand out as something that says, "This is where you open me," of the little fold out. So I take the top right where it's hanging over that little card, and I punch a hole there so that I can add some ribbon. And I really think that's going to let someone know that this is where they can lift this up and open up the journaling spot. So I find this ribbon that I think matches really well. So I go ahead and tie that onto the tab. But in the end, I decided I didn't really much care for it. It just looked a little too polished, I guess. And so I end up finding a little bit of sari silk, and I cut that into a little strip and tie that on instead. So now I'm just adding a little bit of Wink of Stella onto that rose in the center of the tab. So now I'm adding another piece of that lace trim to the bottom right of the card, but inside of the little fold out there. And then once I'm done with that, I do find a little sticker that I pulled off of another project. So it's a little beat up, but I find this little Eiffel Tower sticker and also add it to the bottom right of the inside of that fold out. So I'm happy with it, and now it's ready to go inside of the envelope. So I have this piece that I fussy cut from a journaling card, and I'd like to put it in that bottom left corner. But before I do, I want to fill in some of the background of the paper with some rub-ons. So I find this beautiful lettering from Simple Stories, and I'm going to put that up there on the top left. I'm just kind of doing a placement here before I commit. And once I've gotten that all rubbed on, I have it overhanging on the left, so I'm going to cut that little section away, and then I'm going to go ahead and rub that onto the bottom right corner, that little teeny bit that I cut off. So it takes me a minute to get through all this, but it was worth it. I think the effect came out really nice. So I have another piece that I fussy cut from a journaling card, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that just above where it says preserved on the paper. And so far, I'm really liking the vintage look of this. Then I finally add that white lace to the top left corner, and I'd like something to go there. I'm just not sure what that's going to be yet. I try a couple rub-ons to see if that would work, and I just feel like it's just too much rub-on in that corner. So I eventually get it down to the bottom right, and then above the butterfly, I just rub in a little bit of background, little bits and um, wording and just little ephemera type stuff in the background. And then off camera, I go ahead and rub on a pink butterfly just underneath the lady and a pink flower on the envelope and a little tiny dark pink rose on the back side of the envelope. But you'll see that once I pop that in. I just forgot to turn the camera on that. So off camera, I made a couple little embellishment clusters so I could watch a couple videos at the same time. And so I've made this with this little 29-cent piece. I don't know, I just thought it was randomly cute. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on this corner here. And you can see that I've stapled the edges there. I'm just going to make it look like it's stapled onto the page by doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And then on this page, I have this cute little button on this velvet ribbon, and I thought that would be cute just right there, just randomly placed onto the envelope. So I have to be careful about where I put the glue. Not that it's a huge deal, but it will show through the vellum. There, I think that looks really cute. So I've decided rather than collaging the back of the card, I think I just like to have random items tucked in there, and I can add more or less if I choose. But for now, I'm going to add this really pretty rose, and this is from a cutout from Simple Stories. And then I've got this little journaling card, and this was from those digitals that I've been using. The shop is in the description box, and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I haven't been saying the name. Anyway, I love that. It's really pretty. Those roses are really pretty. So I got a little rose fest going on here. And I think I want to add some more by adding this sticker right here to the bottom left. Oh my gosh, that was not easy. I don't know. The tab did not pull away from the sticker. I had to pry it up with my fine tipped scissors. So I want this to go and I'm only going to get one shot at this, I can tell. So I mean, they're really pretty and I like how they're clear, but oh my goodness. The one thing I don't like about them is they're very, very shiny, very super shiny. So if you wanted to use them on something very grungy or vintage, I don't know what you could do to take away the shine. Maybe you could put something over it. I don't know. I'd have to experiment with one to see if that's possible. But for this journal, I don't mind that it's shiny. I just want to get those edges down. And there. So I think that's really pretty. I just love how I've got all these roses and kind of a vintage feminine feel to that. And so it's looking pretty good. So I think the only thing that I really need to do now is I think I'm going to need to add a closure, and it's probably going to go over the sticker a little bit, but that's the way it's going to have to be. So I'm going to be sticking the fuzzy side down first, and I'm trying to decide if I should add a little bit of glue. I don't know how long these little stickers will sticky. Okay, I'm just going to let that side just dry, just sit there for a while, and I'll take a little break and I'll be back. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of what I've got so far on this page that I may not have shown you. So I added a few little rhinestones here on the lace. And here is the butterfly I mentioned that I added and the little flower. Now, the only thing about rub-ons is you have to know your rub-ons. So I wasn't really thinking about it, but this rub-on is not clear. you can see that it's got the opaque backing. So if I'd have thought about that, I would not have put that there. I would have put another one that I have that's a darker pink, and it would have shown through just like it was see-through all the way through. But you know, that's the way it is. And I've got my little Velcro closure on there, and my little journaling card and the little flower. And then on the card here, I think I forgot to mention I did add a little bit of washi tape in the corner there. And then of course this is just flipping up for some journaling. And then you can see what I'm talking about. You can see this flower. You can just see the reverse of it as if you're looking through glass. Rather than this one, which is opaque on the back. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. I wish I would have thought about it before I stuck that down there, because there's other things I could have done with it and put something different there. I do like this, and so let me put this back in so you can see what it looks like with that in there. The reason I chose that spot was because I was thinking that there's a little bit of flowers on the edge here, and I was thinking that could just be one of the flowers right there, but it just seems so small to me and just so minimal on the page, and I'm not really liking that. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and add another sticker, and it'll just have to go over the one that's already there, and I think that should be okay. It'll look like it's in the background. But I'm thinking about putting this sticker right here, and I'm not going to do that on camera because the last one took me forever. Um, it does say easy peel tab, but the last one, the tab was not easy peel. I mean, and that's it. So this page will be for another day. This will not be one of the pages for the challenge for the journal July. I do have a few extra pages in my journal, so I will just fill them up once I'm done with all the challenges, and I will do a final walkthrough eventually. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the tip in and the page in general, and what do you think about rub-ons and clear stickers? Do you like using them in your journals? All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.